out of the screen as I'm doing this off of my cell phone, and this is my first YouTube video, so I apologize if I'm a bit sloppy. Today what I'm going to do is try to show everybody out there how to change the bearings in their Truvativ, however you want to say it, GIGA pipe 3-bearing bottom bracket, not the DH, although the process is exactly the same. We just have a 3-bearing one today. But yeah, so this video is also for people who kind of have an idea on repairing bicycles. It's definitely not for the beginners. Like, if you have no idea what you're doing, this video is probably not going to make any sense to you. I myself looked on how to repair the bottom bracket and couldn't find any videos, so I got some bearings. I'm going to make one myself and hopefully help somebody else out in the future. Let's get started. So first off, you're going to need your GIGA pipe bottom bracket, bottom, however, BB, there we go. Obviously you need a special tool to take this out. You should already be here. This isn't a video on how to remove this from your bike. This is a video on how to replace the bearings in here once it is removed. So this cup should come right off here, this outer cup, and you're going to be left with a bearing and a spacer. And the other cup on the other side. I'll show you how to get this off right now. I work in a shop, so I have all kinds of useful tools lying around. Basically, this is a part from another bicycle that I chopped up. Bottom bracket fits nicely right inside there. As you can see, the ring of the cup coming closer here. Ring of the cup here, and the pipe catches it nice and easy. You need a rubber mallet of sorts. Use your foot. You shouldn't have to apply a lot of pressure. Tap that sucker right out of there. Cup. More bracket action. Now, actually pounding the bottom bracket out should have loosened this middle sleeve right here. Pounding the bottom bracket out. Listen to me. Like I said, first video. Apologize for any sloppiness. Also, I don't edit, so you're not going to get any time lapse. So, you know, use your little fast forward button and skip to the parts that you need to see. So you should have loosened up this little sleeve right here by removing the outer cup and revealing the dual bearings on the drive side. 9 times out of 10, these bearings never go. It's always this one right here. Of course, you can't really hear it because we're not, you know, like I said, I'm doing this on my cell phone, but this bearing's pretty toast. I already know that. So from here, it's kind of simple, yet difficult if you don't have the little homemade tool that you need. I luckily have a bearing, just typical sealed bearing. It's no good anymore. Happens to fit over the whole assembly and catches right on that sleeve there. That's the important part. Okay. Then again, I'm going to use my trusty little pipe here. With some light pressure, we're going to tap down. Sorry for the noise. Alright. So, by now your little spacer, this spacer here, comes off. Bearing should come right out. Ew, gross. Sleeve comes apart. This should tap nice and easy right off the other side. No problems there. Now you're left with these 2 bearings, which technically we really shouldn't have to replace, but we're gonna anyway. And this last spacer on this side. Really easy to remove that as well. Yeah, again, I have a sleeve, just a piece of aluminum here. you know, you can find all these different pipe sizes at like Home Depot, your local hardware store. Figure them out, cut yourself little sections. They become really useful little tools. Oh yeah, if you don't, you know, block of wood helps sometimes to absorb some impact. Same process as the other side. We're going to take it here, some light pressure. And when I'm hitting this, I'm also alternating. I'm not just hitting down in the middle. I'm going to hit on this side, on this side, on this side, and this side, and repeat. So you're applying even pressure all around those bearings. Because on this side, it's going to be a little difficult to remove. We have both bearings and the spacer. You can already see it's starting to move. I apologize if my camera sucks, but you can see a good gap right in here. We're going to continue on with this process here. Bam. Just like the other side, our little aluminum spacer has come off. We should be able to remove this first bearing, no problem. And if we're lucky, then this one will come off too. Not quite. Yet again, I bet you could probably. There I am, being a goofball. They don't call me Red Beard Freak for nothing. Alright, so now we have, or you should have, as well as me, 3 bearings. If you roll them in your fingers, you can kind of feel if they're good or not. Here's our culprit. This one's really bad. Of course, you probably can't see anything I'm doing. Here we go. Let's bring them down. So yeah, 3 bearings, spindle. Oh, hey, let's toss that around, huh? Good thing it's only aluminum. Right and left side cups. Obviously, one's going to be bigger than the other because we're covering 2 bearings. Like I said, if this is the Truvativ GIGA DH, you're going to have 2 bearings on each side. No different, same process, same extraction, everything like that. This is actually the bottom bracket from my P2, and I upgraded to the DH because obviously it's a little bit better. As you can see, I'm a big guy. 4 bearings is better than 3. And this one's been rebuilt a couple of times. This now is the lucky donor for my cross-country bike, or I'm going to try and set up a 4-cross bike. I'm not quite sure yet. Possibilities are endless. So anyway, inner sleeve, right and left cups, outer shims, 3 bearings, and a spindle. Ta-da! Bottom bracket disassembled. Thanks Truvativ for telling us that we can't do this because obviously we're going to save ourselves a lot of money. It's about $66 for a whole bottom bracket setup. I got my bearings from my local bike shop. Guys are great down there. Thanks Matt and Ben. These are Enduro bearings. They're going to be a little bit better than the stock bearings that I have in there right now. Took a minute to figure out the size. I ended up having to go to a machine shop. Let's see if you can read that. That's the part number. 21531 MR 21531 Enduro bearing. Yeah, anyway, let's open these bad boys up. As you can see, well, you can't see from there, I'm sure. I'll bring it up close. New bearing, old bearing, same size, different colors. Obviously, stock, non-stock, Enduro bearing, good. Stock bearing, bad. Keep the good ones though. You never know when you need a spare bearing for whatever reason. Who knows, you might even end up putting them back in when that one bearing wears out and you don't have more new ones. And package the rest of these here. Like I said, no time lapse, no editing. Maybe in the future when I get a better camera. Who knows? We'll see what the feedback is for this video. I might not do any more videos. You guys might think I'm an idiot. I mean, it is a possibility, right? Alright, so 3 new bearings. 3 beautifully new, smooth. turning bearings. Like I said before, I don't know if I said this or not, I went to a machine shop and had them measure my bearings for me. I wasn't so lucky the first time, I got the wrong measurements, so make sure your machine shop is reputable, or the guy that you're going to hasn't smoked his lunch or drank his breakfast. Anyway, you want to look at it, because yeah, I got bearings that I couldn't send back, and those are for sale now on eBay, so yeah, and it's not fun trying to sell single bearings when you're not a bike shop. Alright, back to the installation. Reverse of, dismantle. When you're putting them back together, it's good to do one bearing at a time. You shouldn't stack both bearings and try and press them both on there at the same time. Obviously, you can cause some issues that way. Start with the drive side first, the dual bearing side first. Yet again, like I said, we're just going to set these in a nice spot so they don't get all coated in crud. As you can see, my work area isn't exactly the cleanest. And these are handy dandy homemade tool here. Just going to pound that back on yet again nice and evenly, rotating the hits, so, kind of pounding in a circle. Make sure everything's good to go. Everything feels lovely. I can't wait to put this in my bike and ride it. Bearing 1. Bearing 2, we're going to install the same way. Important part about this sleeve, I'll show you here when I get done. That the sleeve is like the same size as the radius of the bearings, so I am pounding on this outer race here. That's the important part, outer race. This is what you want to hit on. Yeah. Another sleeve. Install our spacer on the outside here. Then again, like I said, we start with the drive side first. Kind of bottoms up, bottoms out. Make sure it's still spinning smoothly. Yay, good stuff. Now, this is the important part. Don't forget to put this inner sleeve back on before you put the single bearing back on. Otherwise, you're going to press it on, and then you're going to have to press it off again to put this back on. Ask me how I know. Anyway, so yes, inner sleeve, back on, happy joy. Like I said, don't put your bearings in crud like I just did. Yay. Way to do an instructional video and show you exactly what not to do, right? Isn't that the point? Make these last longer. Alright. Outer installation. Just gonna tap it on there. For the seats. Alright. Yet again, like I said, it should be semi-loose. Yay! Outer spacer. However, can you see it? I need a van of weight here. Doesn't really matter which way you put this on. Like I said, I've rebuilt these a couple of times, so this isn't my first rodeo. This can go on either way. If you're a particular type person, then save the way you put it on, save the way you take it off, so you put it back on the same way, just for the peace of mind or whatever. But yet again, really doesn't matter. Oh, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I got crud all over my new bearing already. Wipe that down here. I'm not really an idiot. I'm just messing up because I'm trying to do a video. First video. I'll say that again. First video. Yay. Alright. I apologize. It might be a little hard to hear here in a minute. My furnace is about to kick on. So we'll try and speed this up and finish it up. Outer space area. Yay! Marvelous. Wonderful. Now, back to this part here. This is also pressed on. This is your drive side cup. Pressed on here. So basically you're gonna do the opposite of how we removed it. I have a big fat socket here somewhere. Ta-da! Basically my shaft and everything fits down in here. Shaft fits in the hole, people. Just gonna flip this around here. Pressure again. Tap that in there. Don't mess up with anything. I suppose if you want to do it you shouldn't be a lot of force. We'll put this on. Lightly press over there. Yeah. Love about it, big thing here. Waterwood, even better. Now, this inside sleeve here fits inside this outer cup, so you want to make sure it's lined up. Bring this up close here. Everything's still spinning. Oh, that feels so buttery. But as you can see, sleeve pressed into your outer cup here. Other one slides on. Presses right on there. Now, we're all set. I've replaced my bearings. Like I said, way cheaper, $30 for 3 bearings versus 60 plus shipping for the whole bottom bracket. All set to go. Briefly install back in the bike. Maybe I'll do a video on how to put this in the bike and take it out for you noobs out there. I apologize that this isn't bike shop terminology. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I kind of do it my own way, the way that I know works. Then again, you're not obligated to do this. This is just a video to show you that you can do it when you're all said and done. Here's the bottom bracket. Notice even distance of the spacers on both sides here. Don't mind my booger picking nail here. But yeah, there you go, man. There's your Truvativ GIGA bottom bracket. Bearings replaced. Enduro MR21531 2RS sealed cartridge bearing. Good stuff. I've used them before. They last really long. I'd say this bottom bracket lasted like twice, almost 3 times as long when I replaced them with Enduro bearings the first time. I stole those Enduro bearings and put them in my DH1, hence the reason for the stock crappy bearings on this one. Like I said, save the bearings that are good, the ones that are junk, you never know, you might need them again. Hope this was informational. I don't think I lost anything for all advertising purposes. Any brand name thing in this video is not being promoted. This is by no way an advertisement for Truvativ. I'm not a Truvativ mechanic. I'm not even a bike shop mechanic. I'm a homegrown mechanic. Sometimes that's the best kind. Anyway, Red Bearded Freak signing off. Hopefully I'll make another video. Until next time.